how did you get that footage of Diddy?
I figure most journalists would not disclose their sources.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's going to say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time. My favorite villain? I kind of like Diddy.
There are no misconceptions about me.
A true leader doesn't hold back or prevent those around him from achieving success. Instead, he actively supports and elevates everyone in his circle, fostering growth and opportunity for all.
I mean, Jay-Z's on a whole nother level. Like, I mean, you know, true. He's like, but you know what I like about 50? 50's on a whole nother level, but he's still approachable. You still get to meet the people and you know, Jay got to remember the people that made him. You know, I'm not saying I don't got respect. I respect Jay-Z, 50, used to respect, you know, Diddy, but all that crazy. But, you know, I always respected him because I looked at, for New York, those were like the...
Reports indicate that Beyoncé is considering stepping back from the spotlight following 50 Cent's announcement of a second documentary that aims to expose individuals closely associated with Diddy over the years. For an extended period, Jay-Z and Beyoncé were rumored to have provided significant behind-the-scenes support to Diddy. Now, with these developments unfolding, it appears that the consequences of those associations, often referred to as karma, are finally manifesting. The central question dominating discussions is whether Beyoncé will choose to distance herself from Jay-Z entirely, or if she is contemplating a complete retreat from the music industry to preserve her legacy.
So they don't give you the trophies. I got the checks. I didn't get the trophies. Like, Jay got all the trophies, man. That's because he signed that contract.
What contract?
One with Beyonce. If you don't sign, you don't give him a trophy, she ain't coming. Oh,
Beyonce done ran down on you once, Fifth. Come on.
She did. Worse. She jumped off the thing, off the ledge. I was like, I didn't really know what to do. That's the Jay. If he says to Jay in his face, he'll look at you and go, nah, that happened.
So Beyonce jumped down on you.
She jumped down. She was like on a windowsill.
Right.
We was in Vegas. She said, come on, I'm talking to her. She jumped down. She was like, go. And I'm like, wait, what is she doing? That stuff, that's me and Jay-Z stuff. This ain't got nothing to do with you, girl. Don't come on.
So Hov wasn't there?
I'm talking to Jay.
Talking to Jay.
As soon as I talked to Jay, she jumped down, came over. I said, oh, look at this.
They about to jump you.
You lucky Solange wasn't there.
Yeah, you lucky Solange wasn't there.
Solange was there. I would have had to reboot. Huh? What?
So what did B say, or she was just staring at you?
Nah, she came like she was ready. Like I thought something was going to happen. And I'm like, yo, whoa. She's throwing me off now. Because I don't know exactly how to respond to this. You are still Beyonce. Uh-oh. I'm sitting on this stuff going, she goes, what is this guy say? I'm like, wait, what happened? I look at Jay, he goes, nah.
Sources close to the situation claim that Jay-Z was aware 50 Cent would target him eventually, but he was completely unprepared for the extent and nature of the footage that has surfaced in the ongoing docuseries. He now recognizes that it's merely a question of timing before 50 Cent unveils additional material allegedly depicting him and Diddy engaging in secretive planning and dealings. 50 Cent has already made public allusions to this content. Insiders allege that he possesses more than 140 hours of unreleased footage, which could potentially implicate several of the most influential and powerful personalities in the hip-hop world, leading to widespread repercussions.
We finally have 50 Cent coming out confirming that he does have more dirt on Diddy that he didn't even get to put in the 4 episodes on the Netflix Diddy documentary. And since it's 50 Cent, it's so hard telling what in the world he all has, but he said this in reference to the video footage that he got of the man recording Diddy before Diddy went to jail. And on top of all of this, he said more people came forward to him with allegations that didn't even make it into this Netflix Diddy documentary. And he alluded that he is about to drop this all on YouTube. He sat down to explain some of this on the Sherry show yesterday, and she said, it shocked a lot of people to see this personal footage of Diddy. I know 50, the way you run. This cannot be all that you have. Is there other stuff that has not been shown? He said, yeah, well, there's some stuff that couldn't make it in because there was only 4 episodes in the Netflix Diddy documentary. And then Sherry asked 50 Cent, does this mean that there's going to be a part 2 of the Netflix Diddy documentary? And he said that he's just going to put it on YouTube. This was not the only time in in this interview that this man said this. Like, he is sure on YouTube for whatever reason, and he was even laughing about it. And in my opinion, I feel like why he wants to put this on YouTube is because Netflix probably wouldn't let him put in certain things because of liability. I think this is one of the main reasons why some of the things weren't talked about in the Diddy documentary. But like I said, also, he is cut down to a certain amount of time. Netflix gave him 4 episodes, so he has to put everything in those 4 episodes. And she asked him, out of all of the people that were coming forward, have there been any new tips that you have gotten since it's been released? He said, well, yeah, everyone starts to feel a little more comfortable when they see other people telling their truth.
The long-standing rivalry between 50 Cent and Jay-Z spans many years, with accusations that Jay-Z went to great lengths to undermine and sabotage 50 Cent's career at various points. Yet 50 Cent consistently emerged stronger and more resilient each time. Currently, 50 Cent appears to be pursuing retribution on a grand scale, and there are concerns that Beyoncé may become collateral damage in this escalating conflict alongside Jay-Z. The fundamental distinction between the two has always revolved around their treatment of the community. Jay-Z faces frequent criticism for allegedly suppressing others' progress, whereas 50 Cent is widely praised for empowering individuals, providing opportunities, and genuinely helping others achieve success.
I mean, Jay-Z's on a whole nother level. Like, I mean, you know, he's like, but you know what I like about 50? 50's on a whole nother level, but he's still approachable. You still get to meet the people and you know, Jay got to remember the people that made him. You know, I'm not saying I don't got respect. I respect Jay-Z, 50, used to respect, you know, Diddy, but all that crazy. But, you know, I always respected him because I looked at, for New York, those were like the, you know, the guys. You know what I'm saying? The guys with the most money and the most influence. So with Jay is like, when the last time you haven't seen Jay. So I think people are just going to say that. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I mean, Jay, you know, you got to remember, he didn't want 50 at the Super Bowl. That was crazy. I'm like,
wait, Jay didn't want 50 at the Super Bowl?
Know that? Yeah, he didn't want.
I remember Eminem pushed for it.
That was some haters. Yeah,
I remember Eminem was like, I'm not going to do it unless 50 does it. I heard that.
Yeah,
but I didn't know that Jay was trying to stop it.
I don't think Jay. I don't know. 50 never told me that, but I don't think Jay wanted him there. I don't know.
Because of what? Some of the.
I mean, you know, it's competition. You got to think. 50 always been competition for Jay. Remember, I'm about $1. What the 50 Cent?
That was a long time ago.
That was what 9. What was that? 9.
But after that, they did a song together. Remember the whole
50 was always competition. Then remember Jay said, yo, 50's coming. He told Siegel and them and Memphis Bleak and all them.
Yeah.
And come on, 50's like, he's on a whole nother level. You got to remember, he came after Jay and Rockefeller. G-Unit came, and people might on G-Unit, but with Eminem, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, nobody has outsold us, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody has had the effect that we had.
Online allegations suggest that Jay-Z was a regular attendee at Diddy's infamous freak-off parties, events where he was also accused of infidelity toward Beyoncé. These claims further assert that Beyoncé had full knowledge of the activities occurring and opted not to take any action, with some sources even suggesting she attended certain gatherings with both Jay-Z and Diddy. Additionally, it's alleged that Beyoncé and Jay-Z were privy to Diddy's hidden misconduct for years but remained silent, choosing not to intervene. Critics go further, accusing them of actively facilitating and enabling his actions while assisting in shielding him from public scrutiny and legal consequences.
When Piers Morgan said it, they're not here to defend themselves. Do you think the Carters will speak about any of this? About
Beyonce
what's going
is
on?
losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still hasn't said anything. Just pretending like life is great in Paris.
Is it her place to say something?
I mean, probably not, considering she's going to be indicted for anything she would say. These are criminals. Diddy is a drug dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there. How many people does he have to be aware of before people see him for who he is?
It seems like these artists are trying to run away from their past. Diddy changed his name multiple times to say, that's not me. I'm trying to move beyond Diddy. I'm love now.
What kind of love? Baby oil love? Baby love? Explicit love? Hey!
Critics highlight what they consider the most troubling aspect of these allegations: the claim that Jay-Z groomed Beyoncé during her teenage years, shaping her into the public figure she became. Gene Deal, a former insider in the music industry and Diddy's ex-bodyguard, has stated that many within the industry were aware Jay-Z and Beyoncé's relationship allegedly began when she was underage. These assertions propose that Beyoncé internalized Jay-Z's treatment as acceptable, potentially explaining her apparent indifference to reports of his involvement with other women later on. Such claims have intensified broader conversations regarding dynamics of power, manipulation, control, and systemic exploitation prevalent in the entertainment industry.
I know people in the industry, been around for a long time, was there when he first started dating Beyonce at 17, 18, and he was 30-something. You didn't know his age. I look back and see how old Jay-Z was. I think Jay-Z was born in like 69 or 67. Something like a 67 right there. 69. I think he was born in 69. Beyonce, they say she was born in 81. You understand? But back then, in 81, when we was in the club together, 98, 99, she wasn't even supposed to be in the club, but she was in the club. It was Club Eugene's. And Jay was dating her. And at that time, if you look at Jay's age, he was about 30 years old. So, isn't she still somewhat a child? To me, she is. But I guess they protect child. That's how you protect a child. You know, dating her at the age of 30-some years old, and she's 17, 18 years old. If that's her true age. We really don't know her true age because Gabrielle Union said she went to junior high school with her, and Gabrielle Union is considered 6-7 years older than Beyonce age that she getting. So we really don't know.
To underscore the gravity of these accusations, some commentators have referenced claims that Rihanna was negatively impacted by the alleged toxic power structures orchestrated by Jay-Z, with Beyoncé accused of contributing to or enabling that environment. These points are frequently raised to explain why Beyoncé and Jay-Z reportedly live in fear of deeper investigations and revelations. The prevailing narrative suggests that once additional details emerge, a wave of potential victims may step forward, subjecting the couple to unprecedented levels of examination, criticism, and possible legal challenges.
War has been warning us about Jay-Z. Jay-Z has now had an official lawsuit. It's everywhere. It's now being talked about louder than ever. I guess, does that give you some peace to know that people are finally really questioning this man?
It's emboldening me. I spoke on Piers Morgan. I said that I had 3 victims that I've been working with, victims of the Carters, that were ready to come forward. This might help them feel a little more confident now. So this is great because he's been evading. But the thing is, everyone in the backdrop knew that he was the celebrity John Doe. Everybody knew that. They knew it when I did Piers Morgan.
Is Beyonce celebrity B?
I hope to God not. But she was around. And she's very... she's got enough on her plate. After everything that happened with the election and everything that's happening right now, I'm not going to dump on that woman. She got better fish to fry.
Well,
what I will say is that her husband, she knows exactly who he is.
Yeah.
She knows. She knows.
Gene Deal elaborated that both Diddy and Jay-Z mastered the concepts of power, control, and influence well before the general public became aware. According to him, the primary distinction lay in their approaches to visibility. Diddy operated with high-profile flamboyance, constantly seeking the limelight and networking openly, whereas Jay-Z preferred a low-key strategy, conducting business in exclusive boardrooms, behind closed doors, and carefully curating a network of influential allies capable of offering protection should any issues arise.
It's kind of funny to me, man, is that Diddy used to hate Jay-Z. He hated Jay-Z enough when he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay-Z. This is back in the early 2000s.
Did Diddy always say negative things about Jay around you?
The time he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay, yeah, he was. They worked it out.
Was there a reason behind it?
I couldn't tell you the reason behind it. It was probably because Big had died. I don't know what it was, man. I don't know why he wanted Ja Rule to go at Jay.
I guess if he kept them beefing or kept them into some bullshit, he could rise up in between both of them. You know what I mean? It definitely was some snake.
Gene further explained that this strategic caution is precisely why Jay-Z seldom exposes himself to risky or vulnerable situations. In contrast to Diddy's approach of being omnipresent and connected to everyone, Jay-Z built his empire through deliberate exclusivity, restricting access to his inner circle, maintaining professional distance, and meticulously vetting those allowed proximity to him, thereby minimizing potential threats.
View, because I know you heard the statement that, you know, Jay lawyer came out with about how he wasn't really friends with Diddy. From your point of view, was they really friends or no?
How close was Diddy and Jay-Z? They was close enough that they wasn't playing basketball. They wasn't playing baseball. They wasn't playing football. And they wasn't playing hockey or soccer for Diddy to come on stage, pat him on his ass, and then make the statement to people in the world that can't nobody call me Sean but Jay-Z. Now, I don't know what kind of statement, and I can't say, I wish I could say half a homo, but I know I can't say it, but I don't know what kind of half a homo that is. And you trying to say that you're not close to somebody. You coming on stage, patting them on their ass, and then you making a broad statement to the public, can't nobody call me Sean but Sean Carter. And I heard Jay-Z said the same thing about them. But they were so close that they had matching white girls together. Because when they used to see each other, they used to say, yo, how your skinny white girl doing? He'd be like, yo, how your skinny white girl doing? So, I guess that's a certain type of closeness.
The singular significant error Jay-Z is said to have committed was forming a close alliance with Diddy, a partnership that now appears to be reverberating negatively and threatening to undermine his carefully constructed reputation and influence.
Lawsuit coming with Jay. The part with Jay. I go, oh, shoot, like,
That's right. To us, black excellence.
that had to be there.
We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else.
Black excellence, they're sitting there like, yeah. It's a billionaire brunch.
Oh,
Like,
I hate you, man.
unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm going to be with you is this year. Come on, bro.
That's crazy.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those trophies, those fucking trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, listen, if you look at his career,
You're gonna let him say that? Jay was getting Grammys.
He had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
And he ain't show up.
He had like 20 now. He had like 18 since he's been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was one. He got them shits. He's like drinking. His pictures with him like things the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades. Because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
Aligning with and trusting Diddy is increasingly viewed as the most critical misjudgment allegedly made by both Jay-Z and Beyoncé. Emerging reports and allegations indicate that Diddy even betrayed members of his own legal team, entangling them in his controversies. Detractors maintain that Diddy has consistently prioritized his own escape from accountability, showing little regard for the collateral damage inflicted on those in his orbit.
Diddy really screwed over Mark Agnifilo. I gotta say, this is awful that Diddy owes his life to Mark Agnifilo, literally his life, because he could have gotten life in prison were it not for Mark Agnifilo, his defense lawyer, who had a brilliant strategy And Diddy screwed him over when he hired this videographer to chronicle his life without telling Mark Agnifilo that when Diddy and Mark were on the phone, this videographer was recording what Mark clearly expected to be an attorney-client privileged relationship. Now, it is true that the client holds that privilege. The lawyer doesn't. But Mark's clear expectation was that this was a private conversation. These were private conversations. And that he and Diddy could talk openly. And Mark could talk to Diddy not just as a client, but as a person, and tried to guide him in a time leading up to his arrest. And unbeknownst to Mark Agnifilo, Diddy has got this guy recording the conversation as he's sitting there saying, "You are screwing this up. You are messing up this case. We're losing." And knowing that that's on tape. And it's almost like he's performing for the camera and not telling Mark what's going on.
Jay-Z is reportedly pursuing legal action, including a cease and desist order, in an attempt to prevent the release of any documentary content directed at him. Both he and Diddy are said to be arguing that 50 Cent acquired the material through unlawful methods. However, opposing claims assert that 50 Cent obtained everything legitimately. It's reported that he was informed about Diddy's personal recordings intended for his own future documentary project. The key issue arose when Diddy allegedly defaulted on payments to his videographer and editor, creating a contractual dispute that reportedly enabled 50 Cent to legally acquire and purchase the entire archive of footage.
I'm getting it as your boss. Yo, man, how 50 get? Blah, blah, blah. Yo, Puff, take this out on that. Let me explain something to y'all. All right? Whether it's NDAs, whether it's whatever. When these young boys come in, first of all, he only deal with young videographers because he want to rob them, and he know that they want the opportunity to follow Puff Daddy, P. Diddy. They want that opportunity. So they get him at a low price anyway. But when you stay out so many hours a day, Puff wants a videographer with him 24 hours a day on call. Whether we on a yacht, whether we on a ship, wherever we at, he wants to videotape that, right? So now, they come to agreement. They come to whatever the pay is going to be. But then it be so many hours on that invoice that he don't want to pay. He gets in touch with the office. He gets in touch with the chief of staff. Yo, what is this I'm paying? What is this I'm paying? You know what you paying. You was outside all of these hours. It's 160 something hours in a week. You was outside 140. That's the invoice he put in. So now, being if you got a contract and he don't stand to that contract, guess what happens? He could do whatever he want to do with that footage. So now that footage goes to the highest bidder. And 50 had to be the highest bidder to get there. Yo, this is business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't in love with you. Everybody ain't dedicated. Everybody ain't loyal to the point of stupidity.
Speculation is mounting that the potential release of this documentary could push Beyoncé and Jay-Z toward divorce. Some sources suggest Beyoncé has arrived at a personal tipping point, believing that Jay-Z's ongoing controversies and rumored infidelities are irreparably harming her meticulously crafted public image and brand. Beyoncé has dedicated years to safeguarding her reputation and earning public admiration. Following Jay-Z's earlier admitted infidelity scandal, she elected to remain and rebuild their relationship publicly. Yet, those familiar with the situation describe the current challenges as uniquely profound, more burdensome, and considerably more challenging to overcome than previous crises.
Beyoncé and Jay-Z have a toxic relationship. He preyed on her when she was just 18 years old. Fans accuse him of grooming her and then later on controlling her every move. At the same time, it's been revealed that he's a cheater and he cannot be trusted.
Jay-Z is described as being at his most exposed and vulnerable point in his career. Former associate Dame Dash has publicly stated that he has never witnessed Jay-Z endure this degree of intense public examination. For decades, Jay-Z maintained an aura of invincibility, particularly with favorable coverage in mainstream outlets, but this time, the perceived shield of protection seems absent.
I'm like, why they? It's just odd to see him in that, in that getting looked at in that way by white people. Like Jay does. Yeah, like I hope that shit didn't happen, but I'm like, damn, they turned the world real. Like people on a certain level have been fucking with him a certain way where he couldn't do no wrong for like 25 years straight. This is the first time he's not getting a pass with white media. Like he can control black media because a lot of them either work or do business with him. But like, drink champs can't get him out of this one, and neither can Charlemagne, because those are the guys that hold him down no matter what he does anyway. So he got to get to People Magazine and Entertainment Tonight right now because they on his head. But the question is why? Like, why now? Because for me, I'd be like, yo, that's so ridiculous. Yo, take that to trial. You're not going to win. Let's get a deposition or something. So I don't know why they get on his head so much, pause. But I never seen him, under this, I never seen him in this position to have to explain himself. Pause.
How you feel about the statement he came out with?
I mean, I didn't hear him say anything. I heard a piece of, like I said, I'm doing an interview, so I talk. I thought it was long. For a statement, I thought it was long, pause. But, I think right now, his silence is the worst thing for him. If he is innocent, he needs to let people ask him questions, and he needs to be able to say his side of the story, as opposed to letting that lawyer talk. Because that lawyer, I don't trust that lawyer because I went to court with him.
50 Cent recently shared an Instagram video teasing the next phase of his documentary project, explicitly stating that the forthcoming segment will center on Jay-Z. Concurrently, analysts suggest Beyoncé may have strategically reached her threshold. Previous tactics of silence and unwavering support proved effective, but if Jay-Z's historical choices begin eroding her accomplishments and endangering her empire, insiders believe she might prioritize self-preservation and opt to separate.
Just came across in that secret little Diddy footage that he paid from the videographer that Diddy didn't pay. They are saying 50 has footage that will not only add more time to Diddy's sentence, but Diddy might not ever come out. Listen up. Check this out. Now, y'all know that footage that where Diddy is behind the scenes talking to his lawyer and all of this stuff. And people are like, damn, what was Diddy recording it? Well, Diddy was recording it because he thought he was about to beat the case. So he wanted to do a Netflix documentary. Didn't pay the guy. And then 50 got all 140 hours of footage of secret Diddy tactics. Well, there's a guy named Neil who was mentioned in the court, works right up under Diddy, was organizing everything. Allegedly, they are saying that he is on video, film, tampering with witnesses, giving out addresses, offering money, bribing, we'll pay for your lawyers, all kind of shit that could be counted as witness tampering, obstruction of justice. And 50, of all people, has his hands on this footage. And I'm hearing that this could implicate Diddy's lawyers in some bullshit. They could be charged. This is getting wild. And I'm hearing that this 50 Cent documentary is just the tip of the iceberg, and I like it.
What's crazy is this man in this video footage of 50 Cent's post starts talking about a specific name, a man named Neil. And this man goes on talking about how he heard that 50 Cent has this extra footage, but it's footage that could possibly lead to Diddy getting more charges, like witness tampering, obstruction of justice, and more. And what's crazy about the name Neil that he brings up in this is the fact that the other day, Diddy's former chef Jordan, who is somebody that was a witness during this trial, who was about to testify against Diddy before the prosecution took back some of their witnesses who were testifying, literally claimed that Neil Dominique, a former assistant of Diddy, is the one that told Diddy that she was subpoenaed to the grand jury at the very start of all of this. She wrote this whole big post to Neil Dominique and tagged him in it and said, I just want to put this out there because I've been debating how I wanted to handle the situation. Now, I don't know you from a can of paint, but I'm really wondering why you decided to tell Sean Combs that I was contacted by the feds. I saw that you wrote him a good character letter too. Come to find out, you were actually providing Puff with information on a whole bunch of people throughout the case. So my thing is, why were you so comfortable putting me in danger? Why were you so comfortable putting other people in danger? You provided addresses to him. Were you like a double agent working for the feds and Puff? This is actually crazy because she alleged that Neil Dominique was approached by the feds as well in this investigation into Diddy because he was a former assistant of
Gene Deal expressed profound surprise at the backlash directed toward 50 Cent for his role in exposing Diddy's alleged actions, with many questioning his intentions rather than focusing accountability on Diddy. Critics seemed more intent on vilifying 50 Cent for publicizing the information than on addressing the seriousness of the claims against Diddy himself.
He did, man. Yeah, he got everybody going, man. That, he's getting a lot of backlash, man. Like, people are like mad at 50 for getting behind this thing.
Well, see, the thing about it is that people are out there rabbit-ass mind. And they gonna sit up here and they gonna say some stuff like, they try to make it up like, it's because of a girl, it's because of a woman. A man that can have any woman in the damn world, you understand, go any parts of the world, find beautiful women all over the world, that's willing to do whatever he wants to. I'ma be mad because this dude got this one. Nah, it's bigger and it's more than that. They don't want to say it. A lot of these cats out here don't want to tell the truth behind.
50 Cent has emphasized repeatedly that the docuseries is not rooted in personal vendetta or rivalry. He revealed a surprising collaboration with one of Diddy's sons, a revelation that fundamentally alters perceptions of the project's motives. If the intent were purely revenge or attention-seeking, partnering with Diddy's family would be counterproductive. This detail instead frames the endeavor as a comprehensive historical documentation of events, aimed at truth-telling rather than individual destruction.
Never before seen footage of Sean Diddy Combs in the days leading up to his arrest in New York last September.
You want to put the stuff in my fanny pack, King?
The exclusive video obtained by Netflix shows Combs debating with his lawyers about strategy.
Listen to me. I'm going to get off the phone right now, and I am going to let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. No matter what, no matter what nobody said. Let's just, here and there, y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing.
The footage is part of a new, highly anticipated docuseries by director Alex Stapleton and rapper and executive producer Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, titled Sean Combs: The Reckoning. Was there anything that surprised you when you were watching?
I think it was surprising that he actually filmed it.
It was very interesting to watch a man who's known for his brand presence. He has a really amazing knack for marketing and all of that, and how he was sort of taking that into account and how he was coming off to the public.
Ultimately, the lingering questions persist. Will Beyoncé prioritize protecting her independently built empire by distancing herself, or will she stand firm and endure the potential fallout beside Jay-Z? Furthermore, if 50 Cent possesses the explosive material he claims, which additional high-profile figures might face exposure in the coming revelations? Share your perspectives in the comments below, and stay subscribed. This unfolding saga shows no signs of concluding anytime soon.